Hey folks, Dan Frio here, the Mortgage Update. Today is June 9th, 2020. So let's get on it. So what happened today in the market? I'm going to show you some initial numbers. They aren't quite as they seem. So I'll explain that in a minute. One number that came out today was how much people are paying for rent throughout the country. And another survey was asking, if you're renting now, what's the likelihood of you buying? And it's surprising that people paying about $1,700 or more, what they're going to do. So those are the topics we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to show you some numbers, how much homeownership can benefit you financially. And think of it as a long-term plan to financial security, and real estate's still one of the best answers behind that. So let's get into it. I want to show you today, let's get into the numbers and what's going on with those numbers. So let's get on it. So right now we see that mortgage-backed securities, we don't like this number. You guys that follow me, you know this number is not a good number. But the good news is it's not what it seems. What happens is, let me see if I can find this in here if it's going to say that. No. So let's get in here. I think it's going to say here, right here. There will be a bond coupon rollover after the close of bond market today. So that's why we see this negative number. Throughout the whole day, let's go back. The MBSs were up. Here, hold on. Let me find it. Up 19. We love that number. We go throughout the day and it's still up. I won't go that number. I'm trying to find it on here. Up 19. So basically the whole day we were up 19. When the rollover took effect, it basically adjusted the numbers to 11. So we're going to look at this number basically right now through here as a 0. Actually, it was a good number if we take out the rollover. It's basically we were up like 19. So that's a good number. Okay, so what the charts are doing right now is, again, we like stability. Mortgage rates aren't really moving at all. So that's good news. I know everybody's still waiting for, hey, we want lower rates. I think we got them. I think we're right at the bottom. If you can pick up another, 0.1 or 0.2 lower in rate, I wouldn't sit on the sideline waiting for that. The likelihood of rates going up from here is more likely than going down, because I think we've basically, the world was catastrophic, right now and behind us. I think things are, as states start to open and other things start to take place, we're going to see a recovery, and that recovery, in my opinion, is going to be pretty robust. We will wait and see. You can play this video back 6 months from now and say, was Dan right or wrong? And I hope you do that, just to see that I'm not just throwing just hot air at you right now. Okay, so the Federal Reserve is also, they meet this week. They're coming out with their verbiage tomorrow. What I mean by that is they basically come out and tell us what they talked about and if they're going to make any adjustments to rates. I basically see a 0% chance of that happening. So that's what's happening on the rate front. We go here, and this is basically what happened in the market. The stock market was down 300. Again, I don't see, the stock market prices things out. Where are we going to be 6, 12 months, 24 months down the road? Things are going to be good, but I don't think, would I jump in with all my money right now to invest? No, because I still think, we're on shaky grounds. And what, this pandemic that we faced, I think it's going to have some lasting issues on the economy. But, a year from now, I think we're going to look back saying, that wasn't so bad. And that's my, that's my thoughts behind it. If you lost your job or you lost a loved one, I'm sorry. I don't mean that in a derogatory manner to you. I'm just saying, we as U.S. citizens, we shortly forget things. The debacle in housing back in 2008, 9, and 10. I always said, isn't it funny? Every TV station has this fix and flip. And then all of a sudden, everybody's fixing and flipping. And then all of a sudden, 2008, 9, 10 hits and everybody lost everything. Then you never saw that for years and years and years. Now all of a sudden, basically every channel has 12 different people, their shows on how to fix and flip and make $1 billion in real estate. If that's what you want to do, God bless you. But please be careful. Okay. Here's what I wanted to do in today's show. I basically took out this number, and this kind of shocked me, but not shocked me in the tune of how much it is. It basically saying the majority of renters paying 1750 or more are most likely going to look to buy a home. So the first thing I think, is it perfect timing to buy a house? I still think it's phenomenal timing to buy a house. One, you have inventory that's basically going to start picking up a lot right now. As the states open, you're going to have more and more people that sat on the sidelines, and a lot of charts and indicators are showing this, are going to put their houses on the market, and they already are starting to do that. You're going to have a lot more buyers out there because now you can get out of the house. You still have historically low rates. These are basically the lowest rates ever in history. If we're not there, we're just a couple ticks above that. So if you have a good job, and it's a great time to buy, and I'm going to show you the numbers. Okay, so economic news coming out. Basically, the thing we're going to watch is we're going to see what the Federal Reserve comes out tomorrow and says what they're going to do. Again, I see nothing there that should shock anybody. Okay, so let's get on to it. Here's a number that gets posted: 1750 a month at least are likely to renew, or they're going to renew their leases, where 41% are not, meaning they're going to start buying. So let's go through the numbers. So when I plugged in right here is I said, okay, I'm looking to buy a house, and I'm going to buy in California. We do a lot of loans in California. I know I'm in Chicago, but I do probably as much or more business in Florida, Texas, Arizona, and California as I do in Chicago. So I pinpointed the California region. And I said, okay, I want to buy a $300,000 house. Now that's a starter home there, but bear with me. And all these other calculations basically are pre-comped based on the area that I chose. And I picked Los Angeles. All right. So all these numbers pre-fill out. And let's go through and see what the numbers look like. All right. So we go here. The loan amount would be, and I clicked it, and I'm putting down, I'm going to go with a first-time homebuyer program that we have. So it's 3% down, only 3% down. So we click that. On a 30-year term, conventional financing, fixed rate, we got 3.375. And I'm going to show you that is truly my rate today. Okay? How am I going to prove that? Now let's go off on that real quickly, just so you don't, because a lot of people throw out this number, and half the time I watch these videos and I'm like, dude, you can't get a rate that low. I'm going to show you that you can. So let's go right here. This is my pricing engine that I use on a daily basis, all day, every day. And basically I'm saying, here's those loan parameters: $291,000 loan. We're buying a $300,000 house. 97% financing, that is 3% down. We have a 740 credit score. The debt ratio, don't really have to go through that with you, but it's on Main Street in Los Angeles County, zip code, and I go down through and say, what is my rate right now? So it goes up. It's after hours, so these rates are kind of frozen, but there's a couple different variations of loans you can choose from. There's Home Ready, Home Possible. Those are specific areas those are specific programs for a lot of first-time home buyers, but I'm not going to use that number, okay? And that number right now is 3.25. I'm going to go on the high end. I'm going to say the worst case scenario, you don't fit any of these boutique programs. You fit just a normal 30-year fixed rate. So we're going to click that, and we're going to go down through here, and you can get a rate of 3.5 and get a $900 credit. But I'll tell you right now, at 3.375, you'll pay $329. I'll waive that, okay? Just for simplistic reasons. I'll waive it. I'll give you up to a $500 credit. If you reference this video, I'll give you a $500 lender credit to cover any of those costs. So we're at 3.375. There it is. We go back to this. There's the proof that I can get to 3.375. Okay, everything else falls in. Closing costs, that's not my closing costs. That's what you would pay your title costs, your deed transfers, a whole bunch of other things. Our costs are approximately $895. That's for your loan. So if you're paying $1,300, $1,500, $2,500, $3,000, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Call me, email me, go online. I'm going to show you a brand new website that I just created, and it's awesome. Okay, so we're going to go through here. I'm going to hypothetically say I'm going to stay in this property for 9 years. Okay, that's, time being, and everything should be okay by then. California, Los Angeles, goes through all the numbers here. Does it make sense to buy? Well, let's go up and find out. My monthly payment would be $1,877. That includes everything, taxes, insurance, everything. That's pretty darn close to the national average, okay, of $1,750. In California, downtown Chicago, New York City, you're paying a heck of a lot more than $1,750. Probably paying a heck of a lot more than $1,877. But that's the numbers. So does it work out to own this house? Let's just go down here for the simplest reasons I can. If you're going to be there 1 year, don't buy, rent. 2 years, it's debatable. I wouldn't go through the hassles. I would rent. 3 years, you're $15,000 ahead. Even we're charting in here how much it would cost you to sell that property. That's already factored in, and you still would walk away with money. We scroll all the way out to 9 years. You could walk away from that house, even paying your closing costs. You're still $195,000 ahead in 9 years. Look at in 10 years. You're almost at $250,000 now. Now you have $250,000 in equity in your home, versus if you would continue to rent, you would basically be nowhere. Okay, you'd have no equity in anything. This differential in payments, that's basically how much more your mortgage payment would be than your rent, but it's already factored in here. Look, your savings, or I take that back, your equity is $235,000. What this net gain here is, it's taking into consideration your closing costs to you if and when you sell it, plus this negative, the differential. So let's say you didn't sell it, you're $235,000 in equity in your home versus zero if you rent. So does it make sense? You betcha it makes sense, and I'd love to help you. So that's basically my site of the day. I want to show you something we just launched today. Here's my new website. I'm playing around with the themes, but I think it's fantastic. You can go through here, ask any questions, do whatever, but the Apply Now button is going to blow your mind, and I'll give you a video on that tomorrow. It walks you through everything that you need to do to apply. You can upload your documentations right on site, and we'll have an approval to you, we'll actually have a pre-approval to you within an hour, as long as we're doing business hours. 1 hour, you will be pre-approved, meaning you'll be through our automated underwriting. We will validate your information, and you should be as good, if not better, than as a cash buyer. So I'm going to go over that with you tomorrow, plus some other stuff. So mortgage rates are quickly shaking off last week's pandemic or panic. Last week we had a bad time in rates, so it's a good time to do something right now. So, like I said, if you'd like to reach out to me, I'd love to help you. Give me a call at 844-775-5626, or shoot me an email at dfrio, which is Frio, at preferredrate.com. And for those out there that have already been approved or pre-approved, please reach out to me. Let me know what you're getting. I've had about 5 of these today. People are saying, hey, I got pre-approved by XYZ company. The rate's 3.25. What can you get me? One was an FHA loan, I know on the top of my head. I was able to offer them 2.75, save them about $90 a month. Same costs and everything. And there were several other ones that we were able to help. So that's that on that front. If you have not, so what I ask for you on there, let me retro back 1 second. Send me the loan estimate that you received from the current lender. and or your settlement statement, not settlement statement, your fee sheet, whatever they can give you with a breakdown of the rate, the cost, the loan amount, and everything. If you have not started this process, what I'd love for you to do is please reach out to me, and I'll work with you. I can work with you personally. What I ask you to do is send me a copy of your mortgage statement. And on that statement, it's going to give me information such as your name, so now I know who you are, how much you owe on the house, what your mortgage balance is. The next thing it's going to give me is your address. I'm going to go and do some Google work on that, and I'll figure out the value of your home. So now I know your name, how much you owe, what's your loan amount. The only thing I don't know is what your credit scores are. So I'd ask you to do something, go to freecreditscores.com or whatever, or even if you know it from your Discover card or something like that, give me an idea what your credit scores are. From all that information, I'll get back with you within probably 15, 20 minutes. Give me an hour if it's during office hours. And I'll let you know what I can or can't do. And in most cases, I'm being able to beat mostly everything out there right now. So hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you would, subscribe down below. It's over that way. And please leave comments. We have one of our first live sessions coming on this Friday at 1 o'clock. I hope you tune in. So God bless. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.